Hello, my young friends. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. I know so many of you are getting ready to get out of school this week. I am sure you're so excited for summer. So one of the Bible stories that we're going to be using in church next Sunday is about the Tower of Babel. And I found this book in the library here at church on the children's shelf. I thought that I might share it with you. So the story is called The Silly Skyscraper. The Silly Skyscraper. Old Noah's descendants were gathered one day to settle the question of where they should stay. They asked one another, "Why should we divide and travel to settle this earth far and wide? We'll stay here together, for this is our home. We don't want to travel. We don't want to roam." They built a great city, the best one around. A bigger or better one could not be found. "We are best," bragged the people. King Nimrod agreed. He said, "There's another great thing that we need. Our city of Babel is greatest, it's true, but now we must build a tall tower here too. This monument here on the plains of Shinar will make us a name that is known near and far." The king made a list of all the things they would need, and from his big army chose 10 men to lead. Then workmen were chosen. Each one had a task. There wasn't a person that they didn't ask. Some men drew the plan and some chose the site, and they checked and rechecked, for this had to be right. The women chopped straw to be mixed with the clay. They molded and fired the bricks day by day. The oxen were used to pull timbers and boulders, and baskets of mortar were carried on shoulders. Some tended the vineyards, some harvested wheat, and other good food that was needed to eat. The children helped also by gathering sticks to use in the kilns where they fired the bricks. They tended the babies, small sisters and brothers, while tending the sheep was the task of still others. No task was too great, no task was too small. King Nimrod declared, "There is work here for all. This tower must reach above clouds in the sky. Work harder and faster, we must build it high." "We'll be greater than God," one man called from the top. "We must reach the heavens before we can stop." Now, God was displeased when he saw their tall tower with only one language. They had too much power. So God chose a way for his own, new and wise. One day all the builders had quite a surprise. Their words were mixed up and they all sounded silly. No one understood and they ran willy-nilly. A foreman called out for more bricks, and instead they brought him a turban to cover his head. Instead of some water, the women brought straw. Instead of a shovel, a sharp cutting saw. When someone called up, instead they went down. Soon all of the workmen were wearing a frown. The people were angry and started to fight. With all the new languages, nothing went right. They put down their tools and left one by one. All work stopped completely. No more could be done. The people of Babel began to divide. Those with the same language lined up side by side. Some groups traveled eastward, some moved to the west, while other groups thought north or south would be best. The silly skyscraper was left there alone to crumble and fall into pieces of stone. So this story of the Tower of Babel shows up in the Old Testament to teach us about how people were scattered all over the earth and how God gave different languages and cultures to people so that we would all be different. And that the real lesson is that God loved everyone and wanted everyone to have different experiences and to live all over the world. The people wanted to be too much like God in Babel. They They wanted to reach the sky. They wanted to be stronger and more powerful than God. And so that's why sometimes we say people are babbling, because they're talking and you're not understanding them. They're babbling like the city of Babel. So just a fun Old Testament story for us today. I hope that you are getting ready for summer, and I know that you're going to have a great season. I hope you stay well until we meet again. Bye-bye.